Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Mac here with the continuation of our Resident Evil 4 Remake guide. Moving on to Chapter 2, near the very beginning, you'll come to this area. There may be a couple of enemies, but there will be 2 pizza ovens directly in front of you, and to your left, in the further one, you can find a Sapphire. Weird place to put it. But a little bit later on, you'll regain your possessions. You'll be able to come outside and find the merchant for the first time, and you can pick up the pest control merchant request here from the table. And here we'll have to kill 3 rats. So we'll backtrack a little bit. We'll be able to find one in the hallway that connects the room from earlier to the merchant area. And then you'll be able to find 2 where we found our first collectible, the Sapphire. There'll be one kind of where you hop through the window and one kind of more near the middle of the room. And this should take care of this merchant request. Head back to the merchant to turn in the requests. This should unlock an achievement or trophy for you, but it'll also unlock some of these credits you can use to spend on things via the trade menu. Here you'll be able to purchase the village treasure map, for example. You can also buy some of the weapons and recipes that the merchant will have available. We'll then eventually end up in the valley. There are a lot of enemies here, and it can be a quite difficult area, but you'll end up at the key item, which is the Hexagonal Emblem. You have to grab this item to continue the story, so you can't really miss it. From this area, you can drop down this hole. Watch out, there might be an enemy waiting for you. And we're going to grab a small key because we're going to need it for a treasure coming up soon. So make sure you grab the small key from this little cupboard area underneath where we grabbed the emblem that we would need for the story. Additionally, in the valley, though, we can also grab a treasure, which is a ruby. What you want to go do is basically go to the highest area. You need to come here to exit the area anyways, so it's pretty hard to miss. There will be a little chest, and inside find the ruby. You can then use the wheel to open up the door, jump down the ledges to exit the area back to where you came from. Then we're back at the merchant, just to give you an idea of where we are on the map, and you can use the hexagonal emblem in the door to continue on. But what we're actually going to do is backtrack to an area from earlier on to a small cupboard we couldn't open, but now we have the small key. So come through this door, and in this area we found all our weapons and inventory from earlier on. Interact with the little dresser drawer, use the small key to find the elegant mask inside. Feel free to encrust this mask in gems, and you can sell the mask to the merchant for a lot of credits. And then you can use those credits to buy things like weapon upgrades or new weapons. You can then use the emblem to get access to the next area. Again, watch out for some of the enemies and a lot of bear traps here. But if you walk forward and crouch under a small hole through the left-hand side, you'll find a chest with a sapphire inside. Moving on from this area, we can grab the Castellan, and we're going to watch out again for bear traps and enemies, although the coast is kind of clear for a little bit here. If we head through the main path of the level, you'll end up going up these stairs. There will be a bunch of crows here, which you can take out for some extra money if you have the ammo. And you'll want to go into this hut on the left and immediately turn to the right and look down to find the Castellan and make sure you shoot it to take it out. There are also a couple of treasures in this area. From the hut where the Castellan is, look directly up at the trees. There are a couple of ropes hanging from the trees, and you can shoot down a treasure pod chime thing. Inside, find the sapphire. Additionally, watch out for the enemy here, but there is a well, and if you shoot down the arm from the well and then the metal box, you can find a pearl pendant inside, and then you can take out the enemies. After taking out the enemies, make sure you loot the chainsaw guy for an emerald, although it doesn't count as a treasure for the purposes of this collectibles guide, as it doesn't show up on the treasure map. But once you eventually end up going towards the building, you'll have to use the back door as the front door is locked. Again, a bunch of bear traps here. There's also a guy in the washroom to the left as you enter through this door. But in front of you, there is a small desk. Open the drawer to find a ruby inside. Last but not least for this level, go to the main room, and in the far corner, you can find a small key. This will be a necessary item for us later on if we want to grab all the treasures. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Drop a like, share the series with a friend. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Peace.